Hey, welcome to another episode of Bengals and Brews, baby. Who day, everybody? How's everybody doing today?
I'm hungover. Damn.
CTD domination right here, and one of the D's is flat. That's for sure.
Yeah, I am. I'm hyped up, ready to go. Got like 8-9 hours of sleep last night, man. I'm ready to rock.
Awesome. Well, our guest tonight is running just a wee bit late, but we want to let you guys know because we didn't last episode. We have a special deal for you guys. We had a conversation with the gentleman. We figured, you know what, the best that we can do at 15% off, we can get you alcohol. 15% off of alcohol, guys. It's crazy. At BrimminghornMeadery.com, you can use the promo code Bengal Brew in all caps, and you get 15% off of alcohol. Home of the King of the North mead. I know that was a big hit. A lot of people bought that, and there was not one single thing about, oh, this tastes bad. It doesn't. It's great. You need to get some. They are out of this, sadly, but the rest of it is golden. So, guys, BrimminghornMeadery.com for 15% off. It's a two bottle minimum, and you have to be 21 or older to order. 21 or older to order.
But, and not only that, but they got some badass merch too over there.
So. Dude. Oh, I tell you, Drink Like a Viking is one of their shirts. They had like Drink Like a Viking on the back. I was like,
I like that one.
Speaking of merch, we're going to do a giveaway tonight. Derek has a Bengals and Brews hat, subtle flex on it. It's going to be one of the only hats that we ever put out with subtle flex on it. So this is a very rare item, limited edition. He's made 3 of these things total. So one of these is going to be a giveaway. You will have one of 3 of these bad boys. So what we want you to do is go on Twitter, retweet the link to the show. We will check that out about 45 minutes into the show, and we'll see who is all retweeted. And then if we got like, I don't know, let's say 10 or 15 people that's retweeted it, that's on the chat here, then at that point we'll have you guys pick a number between 1 and 20. Whoever hits the number or is closest will win the hat, and Derek will send it to you.
Yes, sir. And if there's more than 20, we'll extend the number. Easy as that. If you guys don't know, the Twitter is Bengals Brews on Twitter. If you guys aren't following on there, you guys are on YouTube, go on there, Facebook, go on YouTube, or go on Twitter, retweet it up, and spread the word, spread the fun. But it looks as if the guest is in the back room, all right? So why don't we introduce one of the maniacs on you guys know what the Twitter space is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You guys know what a Twitter space is, right? Well, Twitter space is where a bunch of hooligans go together and they rip each other's heads off because that's what NFL fans do. You just beat the hell out of each other virtually or there. It is what it is. And one of the hooligans that every time I go on one of the lives, I always see his face or his little avatar, and I'm like, oh, hell. If just Eric is in this room, you know it's going down. So without further ado, everybody, welcome Just Eric. How you doing?
Hey, what's going on?
What's up, folks? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Yes.
All right. How you doing, man? Sorry, I was a little bit behind. I had the little one with me for a little bit. So, man.
We were real mad until you said the little one. We were like 4 minutes. 4 minutes.
I had to drop the little one in there. No, I know she gives me like a hall pass. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, so, there you go.
I use that, man. But man, the spaces get crazy. I appreciate you all having me on.
Hey, congratulations! Also, like, how old's your is a daughter, right?
Yeah, man, I got a daughter. She's 2 months old. She's getting big, man. She's growing quickly right before my eyes, man. So I'm a proud dad. I'm in her room right now, man. So
congratulations on the sex.
Right there, yeah.
Congratulations on the sex.
Hey, we did. We made that happen, you know.
I didn't hear what he said until the 3rd time. I was like, hell yeah, congratulations on the weight. The what?
Hey, I did that now. Come on now. I had a lot of I put a lot of work on that.
Yeah.
You got to. You got to get all the whistles out before you do that. I love you, Dale. Son of a bitch.
I got to keep you on your toes, Travis.
Dude, I legit thought that it was like so simple in my head. I read it as like, that was really nice of you, Dale. That was real nice. I was like, wait, what?
Mm-hmm.
I love that. But for the people that don't know who you are, besides the introduction that I have given, let the people know who is at Just Eric.
Yeah, man. I'm just an ordinary guy, diehard Bengals fan. Been around the game my entire life. Played football growing up. Played it for about 15 years. I dedicated a lot of my life to it. And man, I'm just a diehard Bengals fan, man. I'm an ordinary guy, just happen to be a part of a great fan base who offers love and support with the stuff I say, man. So can't say enough about the Bengals faithful. Amazing fan base.
And you've been your whole life, right?
A Bengals fan?
Yes.
Absolutely, man. Yeah, Bengals fan my whole life. I love Peyton Manning, but I always root for the Bengals, man. I just rooted for Peyton Manning because we could never win a playoff game.
Yeah. You had to have like another team to root for in the playoffs. Yeah. There for a while, I was rooting for the Saints, when we've been down and out for a while.
Yeah, I was about to say I can feel that. I remember growing up, watching the Bengals and stuff. You see Peyton was just lighting it up everywhere he went. So I could see following Peyton for sure.
Man, the Sheriff was a legend. And then, when we did start getting good and we had Carson Palmer and that was our year, lo and behold, the damn Steelers takes his knee out. You know what I'm saying? So we just had some unfortunate series of events, man.
Man, nothing better. There's nothing better than always going down the wrong memory lane. There's not a good memory lane every episode.
But that game we played in 2005 against Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison and them boys, that was a phenomenal game. Just shootout. You got Chad proposing to cheerleaders. I mean, good stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy to think about that game too. And then you got, Marvin Harrison Jr. playing for the Ohio State University now. It's crazy to think about.
Yeah. Heck yeah, man. And then Peyton, when he was a Bronco, he came into Cincinnati, and our boys handled him. Mm-hmm. I went to that game. So I was man, we had one of the top defenses that year. So, I mean, Peyton Manning's done a lot for the game, but, yeah, I'm a Bengals fan through and through.
Now, one thing I was wanting to ask you, because I remember I wasn't sure if you're still doing it or if that was just something you did last year, but let's talk a little bit about you. You were doing a jersey a month giveaway.
Yeah.
Is that still going on, or was that something that you were doing kind of over last season?
So how
do I get into that?
How did you get into it? Hey, man. So that was something I was doing every month a lot more. I haven't done it as much, honestly. And I'm probably not going to do it a month. I'll probably do it not to talk in business terms, but like quarterly. Probably do a jersey giveaway quarterly.
Hey, diapers aren't cheap, man.
Hey, diapers aren't cheap. I don't know
if it's changed from last year to this year.
You see the changing table in the back, man. There's a diaper back there on it. You can't see it because I'm sitting in front of it. But, yeah, man, I do it probably quarterly now. But when I do go to the games, I'm going to bring some jerseys when I actually go in person and probably get some jerseys away at the tailgate. So,
so you gave away jerseys. So you just legit gave away jerseys? What was the context behind it? Like,
there was no context. Honestly, I just gave away jerseys. I just wanted to do it away. Yeah, man. I had I got the opportunity to do it. So
he was sent from heaven to come down to Bengals Nation and
spread the gospel.
All I got to do is run up on you and just say, please.
Hey, man, the next time I do one, I'll look for you, Travis, for sure.
Hey, appreciate it.
We'll special word in for you, man.
Thank you.
He's hard to miss.
Yeah.
Look for the long red mullet. Joe Dirt's brother, if you will.
Yeah. I love the mullet.
Are you a season ticket holder, sir?
I'm not a season ticket holder, man. I actually live in Washington.
Not season ticket holder. Shout out.
Hey, shout out. Hey, I'm not.
Shit.
I did just drink 3 margaritas before I hopped on here with my wife, so I'm drinking water right now because I'm trying to make sure I don't dehydrate and pass out.
Yeah, you gotta keep rolling.
Yeah, man. We just did some 3 margaritas, but no, I'm not a season ticket holder, man. I live in DC right now, so I live in Washington DC, so I don't get a chance to really travel back home as much. But there's plans for me to move back probably to not Cincy, but Columbus. So I'll be closer, man. And when I do move a little closer and I can go to most of the games, I'll be a season ticket holder. But this year, no season ticket holder, but I'll probably go to like 6 or 7 games this year.
Is it Zim or Ace? One of the two live out in DC. I think is it Ace out there?
Zim.
Is it Zim? Okay, cool. Yeah, we've got a pretty big following of Bengals fans out that way.
It's crazy, man. I actually didn't even know Zim until I hopped on the Twitter, man, and we just connected. So I didn't know he was even out here.
You found him in your corner in the space where he's fighting everybody, and you were just like, "All right, why not? Let's just fight him too."
Yeah, I think Ace and Zim, man. I kind of knew about them because I think a couple of years ago when the Bengals were bad, I was like craving Bengals content, right? Like just looking for Bengals content, going on YouTube, seeing what new videos are up. You always saw consistently Ace and Zim were putting out videos. You saw that consistently. Right. And that's kind of how I found out about them. That's why I started watching them. And lo and behold, I got connected with them on Twitter, man. So two great guys there, honestly. Two great guys.
For sure. We've had them both on. And honestly, I'd love to have them both on again sometime. I mean, they always bring it.
I just joined about a month ago, and I've been saying to get Zim because I got to talk to him like the same way I'm talking to you because you guys are – there's fans – and then, there's internet fans, everybody's crazy, who are, yo, yeah, ooh. And then there's the new thing that's called the Twitter Spaces, which has just unlocked a completely different breed of, what reminds me of Modern Warfare 2 lobbies of because everybody is saying the wildest shit that you can in there. I go in there, and I was in there one time, and I was talking one time, and I'm like, I was getting nervous getting ready to talk. I'm on a couple podcasts. I talk to people live and everything. I shouldn't get nervous. And here I am. I was like, wait, but we have the best trio of wide receivers. I swear to God, I had to talk so fast. I'm like, this is aggressive.
Yeah, it's funny, too, because I literally just saw them had a Spaces today popped up. It said Super Bowl recap. And I'm like, dude, we're in June. And you're doing a Super Bowl recap. He just wanted to light a fire up under somebody's ass on that one.
Man, right now, man, the football world, I mean, this is the perfect time for content creators, podcasters, everybody out there, man, because people are a glutton for content, man. There's so many different streams. Twitter in itself, in my opinion, Twitter is one of the best platforms out there because you can connect with so many different people that you might not have been able to reach normally on Twitter. Just it's crazy, man, how many people I've connected with. I connected with Tony Jefferson, the Ravens safety. Hell, man, played a lot of Madden games with him. The guy Charles who played quarterback for the Texans.
Are you winning in Madden though?
What'd you say?
Are you winning in Madden though? You can't just bring that
man,
up.
Sometimes I'm winning, man, but nowadays, man, these kids are a lot better than me, man. I don't have enough time, honestly. And,
I haven't went online in Madden in probably 15 years, if that tells you anything. I mean, the last time I went on there, I was throwing my controller. It was terrible, and I was like, you know what? There is no way I'm going back in this business.
I still get on there and I just stick to the franchise mode though. Put that shit on semi-easy because I ain't got all the time to play either.
Yeah.
You ever buy a whole ass game to everybody and goes, I'm gonna be here by myself. Don't worry about this. Hold on. Any friends want to come over? We can play together, but I ain't going out there.
That's it.
Right. Yeah. My shit's fire when I don't have to play nobody else.
Hey, the best when you don't have to play anybody else. That's the best competition. Nobody.
Yeah.
I played one Madden because I just I bought an Xbox last year just to get Madden, just to play with my homie. And he was doing pretty good work on me. And I went online because I was like, all right, maybe he's just good. Holy hell, that was I got my ass beat. I got 21. It was the first quarter, and I'm like, I thought I got the ball twice. How the hell did you score 3 times? I was like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, my nephew's in high school. I'll have him over, and I'll be like, I'll get up early first half, and I'm talking mad shit nonstop. I'm like, you suck, just shit talking him. And then he comes back and beats me every time. And he won't even talk shit. I'm like, come on, give it back to he just lets the play speak for himself. I'm like, damn.
Well, since we're talking about Madden, that's a great question. Do you think that those rankings are real? And how do you feel about Joe Burrow being ranked underneath Wilson and Herbert?
I mean, I really have a tough time debating for Joe Burrow anymore because at this point, I feel like if people down
You're
talk
debating
Joe,
the wall, it seems like.
Yeah, I mean, people just don't understand. I mean, they just don't understand how special he is, and maybe they know how special he is, but they don't want to admit it. And Madden, I love, what the platform and the game they create, but realistically, they have bias against the Bengals, right? Like they do. They uploaded the Madden 23 beta, and the Bengals were like a 72 overall.
Yeah,
Like
so
you just went to the Super Bowl. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, come on, guys. So
it's supposed to resemble the team that you had last year, but
right.
only if the narrative fits. It seems like anymore.
Yeah, and don't get me wrong, man. Jay Herbo is really good.
Yeah.
I do think Justin Herbert is more talented than Joe Burrow, like physically, 100%.
Mm-hmm. I was going to say when it comes to like Madden and stuff like that, I can understand him being rated better than Burrow because the mentality portion of it, it's kind of hard to portray that on a video game.
Well, isn't it it's like one's 91 and one's 90, or isn't it something like that? 90, 89, I feel like
something like
that.
Like
it's like, come on, man, that's so nitpicking.
Mm-hmm.
It's nitpicky, man. And Russell Wilson, Mr. Unlimited, he's great, but he didn't even play last year, really. Like he had the finger injury. Like, come on now, what are we talking about? Don't get me wrong, I love Russell Wilson. I think he's a great player. He's going to do great with the Broncos. But last year he didn't play his best, right? Did he even finish the season? I can't remember.
Yeah, he finished the season, but he it was like the first 3 weeks back after his injury. He was kind of iffy.
Yeah.
I can't think of the man without thinking of let's ride. Let's ride. Let's ride.
Every time I think of him, I
man.
go unlimited.
Yeah.
I mean, good thing is the Bengals social media gets it. Like, that was an awkward video for my man. I don't know why they released that.
Yeah, oh yeah. Now, speaking of,
it's like the Tua videos we've been seeing.
I guess we can transition a little bit. Eric, I guess you're a fantasy football guy, right?
Right.
One thing I was going to talk about, I guess, Andrew, are you familiar with Andrew Hall from I said Fantasy Pros? I think is who he's with, but we're supposed to be doing a dynasty podcast or a dynasty league here soon for a bunch of Bengals fans.
Yeah, he's a Bengals fan, right?
Yeah.
I've talked to Andrew a couple times via Twitter, so I do know Andrew.
Okay, and my question going into that was going to be what would be your preferred format?
That's a great question, man. And I'm not trying to plug anything right now. I just want to let you know this.
No, dude. When you're our guest, you should plug shit.
Right, I'm not trying to plug anything. However, I did have an opportunity to work with some of the guys over that developed that All 22 platform. Mm-hmm. It's a new dynasty fantasy football platform that's powered by PFF. And I just got to tell you, if you a lot of people don't know about it yet because it's these guys have, built this product. They got it now. They're getting it out there to subscribers, but they literally have all the data from PFF using it to really produce grades that not only just, sometimes the fantasy football points are, how the catches and PPR leagues and et cetera, but the data is pulled from PFF. You get points based off the player's performance that day. You draft all 22 players, right? And it's almost like you're the NFL GM of a team. I think you might even have a 53-man roster. And so I've done the traditional Yahoo fantasy football, which I'll still do that because it's quick, it's easy. You can get in and get out, and then the next year you do it again. But for building something, doing a dynasty, I love the format they offer. Yeah, I love the format.
So hold on. So what did you say? So you did a little not bragging part there, but you said something along the lines of you helped create it?
I did not help create it. I had the opportunity to speak with the guys who did create it, Bobby and I can't think of the other
That's why I was
name.
what are you telling me? Right? You created a whole thing like that? Jesus.
If I did create it, I'd be selling the hell out of it right now. It's an awesome platform, man. I'm telling you, dude. If you guys get a chance to check it out, hit me up after this if you're interested. I have some 40% offs, and I'm probably going to do a giveaway, a free account for it as well too. But if you guys are interested, definitely hit me up. I just did a league, and we filled that one up really quick. I'm thinking about doing another one, but I don't know if I have enough time because I have 50 people DM me. So But it's awesome, man. Check it out if you get the opportunity. It's called All 22.
Now, is that, I was going to say, I'll post that in the comments too. Is it just all22.com or?
You know what? It might be. I don't want to log, I don't want to check it really quick, but I'll look at my phone really quick. I think it might be. They're on Twitter, and it might be all22.com.
Okay.
It might be all22 all-22.com, and they're powered by PFF. So you can find them on Twitter at all22_.
James, we mention this every episode. The pep talk by Andy Dalton in the walkways. It's got to be one of the most cringy things we've ever seen as Bengals fans. Where he tries to prepare everybody to make peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, basically, to go play a game of football instead.
Oh, geez, guys, let's go out there and let's just be nice and let's be respectful and let's hope we come out on the winning end and amen.
Let's try to win.
I love that. Awesome. There's the link for everybody right there that wants to check that out. That's super sweet. I'm excited. I'll check that out most certainly.
Yeah.
So just Eric, I want to speak more into the spaces because that's a new thing for people that aren't aware. Because this just came out just a couple months ago. Am I not mistaken?
It did just come out a couple months ago. I do want to say something, Travis, because so I know a lot of people are probably wondering, and this is probably off topic or maybe left, why my name is just Eric, right? I
was going to get to that in a bit, but yeah.
Okay, go ahead, buddy. I'll wait for you to ask it. Go ahead.
You can answer it now. I was just going to say, why the hell are you just Eric? Who else?
Yeah, that's a great question, man, because a lot of people call me E, different nicknames, E Money, a lot of different nicknames. And I'm like, hey, it's just Eric. Like, that's nothing extra, no additives. As simple as it could come, just Eric. Like that, it's just Eric. That's all.
Hey, I 100% get that because, when I went on Iceman's show, Crypt Keeper, who's always in the chats, gives everybody nicknames, and Strawberry Ice already Strawberry Ice, Derek Steroid and Jero, and it's like he's trying to give me nicknames. I'm like, no, I'm just Dell, just Dell. So I said the same type of thing, So I 100% feel that.
Yeah,
that's funny. That's funny. That makes sense then. But revolving around the spaces and such, so I'm assuming, did Zim start doing that? Was Zim the one that started making all the spaces and such for that kind of deal? Because I know a lot of people do the spaces, but I see that he hosts a lot of them. Are you guys are you in works with Zim through that, or are you just entering the groups as it goes through? So every time I see Zim is hosting one, I always see you're in it. So I don't know if you guys are together or if you just go in.
Yeah, so I'm actually a part of the Cincinnati podcast with Zim and Ace. So I
want to get to that.
Yeah, I do tap in, and I whenever I see Zim in there, I support it. But to be honest, a lot of the times, guys, spaces is so random. Like Zim will just open one up, and I'll go in there, or and I know when Zim's in there talking, a lot of other fans are probably trying to give him flack. So I try to go in there as backup, but Ace and Zim always have the statistics ready to go. But spaces is random, man. I don't think we never really plan it. We just do it. Next week, I'll be doing a couple spaces, just randomly. And one I actually will plan next week. I got a reporter from New England that's going to hop on the spaces and talk about the Patriots OTAs and see how Mac Jones is doing. Because I think he's a sleeper. So
I was going to say
himself is a sleeper. So
yeah, that'll be a very interesting conversation, I think, because especially Mac's one of them guys that he really could go either way this year.
Yeah, and I don't want to talk too much about Mac, but he's not the sexy player that people the super athletic. But when you look at Mac Jones, man, his body of work, he's just a great guy and a competitor, and I like that about him. Sometimes you can't chart all the physical traits, but it's the intangibles that take it to the next level.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I got more faith in him because of who he's underneath than him himself.
Right.
As soon as I saw that they picked him up and I watched him walk in there as if he looked like a younger version of Big Ben almost, just like a hefty ass dude, but looked like he could throw it. I was like, Bill's got what he needs again. He's fine. They just got to work around him, and it'll be. I mean, how many people can win a football game and pass 3 times? It's you got to be certain have a certain thing for that.
Yeah.
I was going to say that
Go
was
ahead.
Bill Belichick's. That was genius in my opinion, because you saw Josh Allen out there trying to throw the ball down the field, and the weather was having none of it.
God, that was such a boring fucking game to watch.
Yeah, that was so boring.
It was
That was a
weather.
terrible game. I was like, dog, I can't believe I'm watching this, but I feel like I have to because there's nothing going on, and it's so interesting because of that. But fuck, is it boring?
Yeah. Hey, real quick, just want to do another quick shout out. We are giving this hat away. Bengals and Brews. It does have the little subtle flex on this side right there.
If anybody that does not know what the subtle flex is, we'll bob.
So anytime anybody has a subtle flex, we got to take a drink, but we'll drink
That's
it.
why I was asking about that thing, the All-22. I was like, you created that? You created it? I pulled the trigger right now on that subtle flex. I just created it. No big deal.
I was going to say, speaking of creating, let's get a little bit into your guys' podcast and the Cincinnati Network a little bit. How's that going?
Man, it's going good. I just did my second episode last week, getting ready to do episode 3 tomorrow to release Monday. But it's going good, man. Zim and Ace reached out to me about being a part of their team, and it's awesome. Honestly, I'm a type of guy who always flies solo. But, when I had the opportunity to work with Ace and Zim, I jumped at the opportunity because I love the content they bring, and I wanted to be a part of something Cincinnati. And I'm also, I'm always trying to, in my opinion, I'm always trying to not recreate myself, but find ways to do things better. And working with them helps me grow. I'm working on getting my own YouTube channel running. I got some content coming that I've been working on for quite some time, so it should be fire. And I'm just trying to do everything I can, man, honestly, to maximize my potential. And
got any teasers for that content? Or you got to keep that lock and key?
Yeah, so some of the stuff is going to be, talking football. A lot of it, though, is going to be almost like vlogging, man. I'm going to go to I'm going to try to go to a lot of games this year. I'm going to capture every single moment when I'm going to a game. I'm going to have someone break it down. I'm going to release the footage. We're going to get crazy at tailgates. I'm going to give away jerseys on the content video, and it's just going to get crazy, man. Whatever happens. So, yeah, man, I just want to bring something different to the content creation for the Bengals and also to YouTube, man. So there's a lot on YouTube, but
you know what you need to do, Eric? You need to take that little trip over there on that Thursday night over with Miami, because that's where your boy will be for the only game this year. I'm going to that game. I'm expecting everybody else to be there, and we're gonna go crazy. Okay. I'm gonna need Eric
week 5, right?
Huh?
Week 5. Sorry about that. My mom just called me.
Is it
week 5, huh?
Week 4 or week 5?
I think it's 4.
I don't know. One of the two. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure it's week 4.
Okay. I'll definitely try to make that game for sure. I think it's realistic that I can make that. So hell yeah, man. It'd be awesome to get together, everybody.
We got some cool content ideas that we're working on for pre-game tailgating such, and we'd love for you to be a part of it.
Yeah, it's week 4, September 29th, Thursday night, Paul Brown Stadium.
Yeah. And that'll be the I'll get it right this time. That'll be the Ring of Honor game.
The Hall of Fame Ring of Honor, right?
Yeah.
So that'll be a big game then.
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm excited to be there. I'm excited to go, and I told every one of the guests, if we lose, I'm never showing my face again. I want it to be known every time I was a guest on here. I want to be held justified. We can go to the Super Bowl and I have a free ticket. I'm gonna say no.
Hey, there's ways around that though. You wouldn't have to show your face. You could wear a mask and stuff, like Derek and different.
Ways around.
I've got one around here somewhere for you.
You know how sad that would be if I had to go and switch everything up every time just to maybe be able to go. Just be like, all right, this time I'm wearing a Rey Mysterio mask. Let's go. It's got to change this time.
It's a Libre mask.
I got one right back here behind me.
I see it.
That thing is snug. Probably smells like cigarettes and beer.
Hey, man.
He's never worn it.
Yeah, my buddy Alex, he wears these things, and he's from Mexico, but he lives in Texas now, and he come up for a game. I'd never met him, and we just hung out at that game some, and I had his guy in Mexico made me one.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, bust it out. Show him the.
Let's see that. He's gonna get rid of the camera so you can't see his butt when he walks back there.
Yeah. He's got no pants on under there, man.
That shit's crazy. That shit's crazy. Hey, I'm glad we learned something through the whole 2020 year of how to shut cameras off and shit.
Yeah, absolutely.
That is dope.
Yeah, that thing is,
man, dude.
Dog, that
so
thing
awesome.
Is clean. That's very clean.
Dude, that's dope, man. You ought to be the Lucha Libre man at the games now.
Dog,
He can't hear you.
Nacho. We gotta do something with Nacho Libre, but for Bengals.
Yeah.
Man,
you
that's
want to be
nice.
the Nacho Libre man?
Bengal Libre.
Hey, man.
You're muted, fool.
Oh, you're muted.
You're muted.
Yeah.
Unmute yourself.
I'm just Dale once again. Like, I got all kinds of shit, but I'm wearing it all.
Oh, man.
That's fun. That's fun, dude. But no, Eric, we got a couple questions we usually ask everybody involved in the football because we can get down to the nitty gritty of it. Are we able to get down to the nitty gritty, boys? Do you think we can finally have a serious conversation on this podcast?
No, I got to check on my dog.
This dude's a fucking menace.
Oh, man.
All right. Well, us as fine gentlemen, we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty of it. First things first, I have to ask you, Eric. We are now sponsored by Birmingham Meadery. You do like margaritas, I heard, correct?
I do.
Have you ever drank mead?
I haven't.
Well, at Birmingham Meadery, they created this bottle. I'm not sure if you saw that, the King of the North bottle.
Okay. No, I haven't seen that. Looks fire.
It is fire. Let me tell you what.
It was
the
very
reason
good.
this is an empty bottle.
Mm-hmm.
Seriously, for 15% off, we're going to give you a deal. For 15% off, okay? You can go on that website and put Bengals Brews. Boom. You can get some discounts on some alcohol. Because, it's a tough world out here. A lot of raising prices. We want to help you out.
Okay. All right.
Bengal Brew is the promo code. BirminghamMeadery.com. Use that promo code and you'll get 15% off.
Okay. All right.
I just want to help you out. Help me help you. And help everybody else that wants to do it. We'll put it down here one time and let everybody see this so then they can see it as well. So that they can get to help themselves to some fine mead. But on a serious conversation, football season's around the corner. We are now in, 92? 92? Oh!
It's close, man. It's close.
90. James Harrison, whatever number he was. That's how many days away we are. Because I saw that.
Oh, really? We are at 92 days.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So, I know one of the questions he was going to ask you was, with the season coming up, what are your expectations as far as wins go?
There he is. There he is, man. Coming in at the right time. Timing is everything. Man, looking good over there.
Yeah, that thing is crazy. He's had so many different masks. That's why he goes by just Dale, because he's got all these different ones. But
that's it, man. He's got that's a nice mask right there. So
$15 Amazon.
That's dope, man. What's up, little man? What's up, man?
Hey, Declan, you're muted, Derek.
there, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hi.
Hi,
What's up,
Declan.
man?
Who's your favorite Bengals player?
Joe Burrow.
All right, now that's a good one. That's a good one to have.
Not a bad answer at all, kid. Not a bad answer. You're answering questions real well.
Get on out of here.
Sorry about that, guys. I don't know if that was extremely loud for everybody, but my brother called me.
All right, it's all right. So we were asking as far as record predictions go, Eric, what were you thinking?
Man, the record prediction for me, I honestly think, no doubt about it. I know a lot of people are predicting regression for the team. I'm predicting for them to take a step forward. Do they make it back to the Super Bowl? I don't know. I hate to state the obvious, but if they make the playoffs, then I think they got a really good chance of going back to the bowl, just because I really believe in the team and Joe that much. But if I had to guess, I'd probably say somewhere around 11-6 or 12 wins, something around there like that. I do see this team being really good. I think that this team's going to get out on a really hot start. but they have to maintain it. And when they face adversity, they just got to be able to bounce back. But I don't have any doubts about that just because of the leadership in the organization and that team. So, but if I had to guess, that first 8 games, I think they have 8 games or 9 games before the bye week. I wouldn't be surprised if they only lose 1 game or 2 games in the kicking off in that first stretch. And that's just being honest. Like, I don't think they're going to lose that many games to start. And people are going to be talking about the Bengals a lot this coming season.
Now, what does anybody know what the record is for the most wins for the Bengals in like back to back to back? Because I think we have a very good chance of beating that this year.
Is the robot coming back?
Am I good or am I bad?
Eric, you ever see like Wi-Fi and shit at Goodwill? Because I think we got it at Goodwill.
Hey, man, we all have
I know Goodwill because I love Goodwill. I just picked up some very nice Stellar polos for like $2 a pop.
I'm telling you, it should be good now, but like week after week, I'm trying different things, trying to get my internet to work, and it's every week. I live out in the boonies, so I literally live about 45, 55 minutes away from Cincinnati.
Okay.
And the nearest, like, the furthest the internet comes is, like, from Mount Orb, which is about 20 miles away from me. So it has to travel that far. So it makes the internet really bad. But anyway, I think the most wins in a row is, like, was that the 2015 season where we went, like, 9-0 or something like that?
No, we went like 12, didn't we? We were like 12-0.
That team was good.
We were like 12-0 with Manning and Tom, because it was so funny to see Andy, Tom, and Peyton up there as like the top 3 quarterbacks in the league. So I'm like,
yeah.
It's hilarious to see that Dalton's in between these two. That's so funny.
Yeah.
But then we lost like 3 of the last 4 or something like that. Ended up like 12-3 or something.
12-4, I think, is what it was. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But no. So what was your final answer for the season, Eric?
I think 11 and what is it? 17 games, right?
Yeah, 11-6.
11-6 or 12-5. I'm leaning more towards 12-5 than 11-6 because we were 10-7 last year. So
yeah,
I think we'll win a game or 2 more, 100%. The craziest thing about the Bengals last season is that the team didn't put it all together until the end. People don't know this, that people talk about how explosive the offense was. They did have moments, but that team was not consistent, and they were still putting it together.
We were a team eager off the deep ball from Chase at games because we just didn't know what the hell was going on. And we had that one explosive play, and then everybody was like, oh, let's play football.
Yeah. We didn't have that rhythm, man.
Yeah, we were averaging like 14 or like 28 points a game last year, and it's all because of the last like 4 or 5 games where we just keep putting up 40 plus or something like that.
Yeah,
it's crazy. Yeah. Like once we become more consistent, it'll be lights out for that team.
Absolutely.
You mentioned the first half of the season because everybody knows we talk about it every week here. It's we don't have much to talk about, so we can talk about what the hell we got coming up, and it's a scary task on that second half as we go. Everybody we've talked to basically is calling 1 or 2 for the first half. Probably 1 or 2 losses, and that means the second half we're probably going 500 on the second half because of how all those games. Because everybody knows the second half of the season is nothing to play around with. But with that, what do you think our biggest challenge is going to be in the second half of the season?
The biggest challenge, I think, in the second half of the season will be the Bills and the Chiefs. The Chiefs, because we swept the Chiefs last season, and I know people are thinking Patrick Mahomes is going to take a step back, and I know Tyreek Hill was talking about that he made Patrick Mahomes' life easy. But at the end of the day, man, Patrick Mahomes is who he is. We know he's a very talented quarterback. He's going to be trying to play lights out to beat Joe Burrow. He's going to be playing his best game in that game. And then the Bills, and I honestly do not see I know people are saying the Bills are like going to the Super Bowl next season. I'm not that worried about playing the Bills. But here's what I'll say.
Hot take.
Buffalo. We have to travel to Buffalo. And that's why I think it'll be a tough game for us. Traveling up there, playing at the end of the year, it's probably going to be freezing cold, a lot of snow on the ground. So I think that'll be a challenge in itself with the weather.
All right, yeah, that's the first time that we've heard that the Bills aren't going to be the biggest task. What do you think the flaw is with the Bills in order for the Bills not be a big task for us?
I just, I love Josh Allen, man, I do. But when I look at the Bills team, and don't get me wrong, they played a hell of a game against the Chiefs in the game before the game to go to the game. But I don't know, man. For some reason, I think we match up with them well. I know they got Tre'Davious White coming back off an injury. They got the corner that we wanted. I forget the guy out of Florida. I forget his name. But I just honestly, man, I just do not – I don't know, man. It's just something about it. They don't have a running game really. I know they got Dalvin Cook's little brother, so they're probably going to be trying to get that going, but he's a rookie. But I think the biggest thing for Buffalo is they've been missing the run game.
That's exactly where I was hoping you would go with that.
Yeah.
It's not there. Yeah. No, I got one of my best friends is a Buffalo fan, and he's been chirping at me all off season. He's like, "Can't wait to see you guys in the AFC Championship." And I go, "Don't try and run." Don't try it.
Yeah.
Like, you might pick up somebody, still ain't gonna work because you're just picking a free agent. It's like, what?
Yeah,
and let me tell you, and I called it last year. Osai, you're muted, Dale. Nobody can hear you throw this up. You just listen.
Hold on. Here's what I'm dealing with. Say hi, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Oh, Jeff is furious. All right. No, okay. So I've been calling it all off season. Osai is going to be that guy that's going to blow everybody's mind because he was doing so good in the preseason last year. When he gets on that and adds to what we already had, because we're not used to that, it's going to be an explosive defense. And I told my buddy that. And I was like, watch out, because the more pressure that you have on Josh, he can scramble, he can take a hit. But that will be, I think, I already put that up. He was crying about it. I put it up already. God damn, Jeff.
Yeah.
What I was saying is that
He's called you now.
calling you.
Oh,
Jeff,
man.
just talk in the chat. We can read it.
Nice, man. What's up, Jeff?
Lord.
Man? Shout out to you,
Dude.
Jeff.
That is funny.
I really think revolving around that, once we have the pressure that we already had last year, we're not used to. When we add that pressure in there, I think I told him I'm not going to call for it, but something along the lines of how we played once we faced Tennessee, and we saw a whole lot of pressure and a whole lot of defensive line that we weren't used to. I think we might have the best defensive trenches in the AFC, showing maybe not on paper right now, like as we speak, but at the end of the year, everybody's gonna be like, that's a very dangerous fucking group. I think we'll be looked at. It revolves around like maybe Rams of like the last 2 years, 3 years because of Aaron Donald.
Yeah.
Joseph Osai, man, is an animal.
He
and
is.
you're right, man. We saw a lot of pressure in those games. The Bengals upgraded the offensive line, and not to ramble, but typically, man, in high school, when you return a lot of starters and you guys were good the previous year, people say, man, that team probably is going to compete for a championship.
Mm-hmm.
And then in college, when you return a bunch of starters, people say, man, that team's probably going to compete for a championship. For some reason, for Cincinnati, man, returning a bunch of starters, 95% of their starters.
Hi.
Hey, how are you?
Hi, Ashlyn.
Hey, how are you?
All right. You tell them who your favorite
Who they?
Bengal player is?
Joe Brown.
Yeah.
Hey, raise them right. All right.
Yeah,
Go who day and go back.
Booty.
All right.
Who
Go
dey?
on.
Hooday.
All right, go on.
Was fun.
Sorry about that. Finish your
Oh, good, man.
conversation.
All good, man. I was
I'm
just saying.
currently babysitting right now. My wife's doing.
You're not babysitting.
Or I'm
Say that.
on dad duty. I'm on dad duty. There you go.
Your children.
Help them out, Dale. Help them out.
They get real mad. You say you're babysitting your own kids.
Yeah, man. I was just saying that, we've improved as a team, man. So typically people would say, hey, you're returning a bunch of starters. You're going to be good. A lot of people are predicting regression, but with a lot of people coming back and then they influx that young talent, I just don't see why we don't take a step forward.
Definitely.
Yeah. I'm so excited about La'el Collins too. Like that one really helped solidify that line to me because I was like, all right, I like the Kappa move. I like the Karras move, but I'm like, come on, man. We need one more, like just straight up dog too. Like, he's gonna. I love that video where he's like taking up for Dak when he gets hit on the sideline for the Cowboys.
Yeah.
I think I seen that again today. I'm like, that dude ain't gonna let nobody fuck with Joe Burrow.
Yeah, man. La'el was honestly, dude, La'el was a huge signing this offseason. And Zim said it today in his space, and I 100% agree. La'el was a huge signing. A lot of teams wanted to sign him for sure, like 100%. When he signed to Cincinnati, all of a sudden nobody talked about it. And I'm just like, it was a huge signing though. Like it really was a huge signing. Like that was a big deal for Cincy, man. And I'm happy about him too. But
and it just like you're right, it just disappeared. It was like it didn't even matter,
It's funny too because you look at all the guys that we've got. It's like when Alex Kappa signed, it was like that was one of the biggest signings of the offseason. And then Ted Karras signs, and that was one of the biggest signings. And then LC, and then we've got all these guys back to back to back, and it's like every single piece that we've added has been like the perfect spot for what we needed.
On into the draft, I mean,
absolutely.
Well, even speaking to that, there's another question we ask everybody. What's the because it is still the off season. Sadly, I know, right? Everybody's still upset about it. Who are you most excited about to see on the field? Whether it's somebody that's already been doing good that you think is going to do better, whether it's somebody that just got on the team, who's going to really open your eyes and everybody else's and be like, "Yup." Besides
Joseph Asai, I feel like that's everybody's answer.
Joseph Asai is the number one answer typically. Man, for me, it's probably Daxton Hill. And the reason Daxton Hill, in my opinion, he's going to have a big role in this team. The elephant in the room is that, look, a lot of people are saying Jesse Bates is going to play on the franchise tag. I'm not sold on it. I'm not sold on it. I'm just telling you that.
You get on it right now. Spin on it. Keep going. Yeah,
I'm not sold on it.
I was going to ask that next, but I want to hear this more.
Yeah, I'm not sold on it because, look, I think that the team loves Jesse. The one thing I love about Zach Taylor, people can say what they want about Zach Taylor. Zach Taylor always shows support for his players, but we know if it ain't done, it probably ain't going to happen. We've seen this show so many times before with a lot of different players. And look, I don't know if Jesse's going to play on the tag. He's already held out of OTAs. Jesse's a stand-up guy, right? And he's got every right, in my opinion, to say, hey, look, I don't want to play on the tag. What if he gets hurt? So, look, I think he's got a really justified case to not play. So that's why I think there's a chance that he could potentially be traded. I don't know if that'll happen or not, but that's where I think Daxton Hill could potentially have a huge role in this team. And Dax, on paper, right, when you look at – and, look, I love Jesse Bates, phenomenal player. Daxton Hill's not going to come in and be Jesse Bates off the jump. Jesse Bates is a veteran. Right. But on paper, Daxton Hill is more athletic than Jesse Bates was coming out of college, and he has a higher ceiling than Jesse Bates does coming out of college. So if Daxton Hill can get that Lou Anarumo coaching, which we know he will, Jabril Peppers was playing well under Lou Anarumo when he was in the Giants. Dax just needs to be coached up, put in position to succeed. I think he can catch on quick, and I love his confidence. This is a guy, in my opinion, that was one of the highly touted athletes his entire life. Like in high school, he was a stud. Like he was one of the top players in the world. You know what I'm saying? And then in college, he was a highly recruited player. He kind of moved around a little bit at Michigan, playing different roles, but him moving around wasn't because he couldn't play it. They were trying to get the best 11 guys on the field, and he had that flexibility. So, not to ramble, but mine is Dax Hill.
Now, were you saying you think Bates could actually set out?
I think going on that question right there. He's like, where do you think is going to happen, and what do you want to happen?
I mean, I read a lot of reports, and I've seen some Twitter. I've seen some like tweets from like reputable people who have good reputations in the space. But at the end of the day, nobody knows what Jesse Bates and his team are thinking, right? So no matter what we see or what we read, nobody really knows. The ideal situation, in my opinion, he comes back, plays on the 1-year tag. Daxton Hill can play alongside of him, learn from him, right? Then he can go on and get paid.
Yeah.
What I think is going to happen, man, I got to be honest, guys. I don't. If I'm Jesse Bates, I do not play on the tag. I'm just.
But when has that ever worked out? Like for
it
a
doesn't
player?
work out. It doesn't. It never does. But here's the deal: just like Chris Godwin came back and played for the Buccaneers, and he got hurt, he got franchise tag. Then he played, came back, he tore his ACL. Now he's on another prove it deal, right? Like it doesn't never work out if you're talking like okay. It doesn't work out if you're talking about someone coming back and having a successful career. I do think Jesse Bates will play this season, 100%. I'm saying I don't think he'll sit out the entire season, but I'm saying I don't know if he'll be a Bengal. Hopefully he does. Hopefully he is a Bengal. I'm just saying in general, right? The guys who have set out, like Le'Veon Bell set out, he came back, his career sucked. However, Le'Veon Bell actually secured the bag and he got paid, right? Now, if we're looking at it, we're talking football. I think Jesse Bates is looking more like – I know Jesse Bates loves football, but I think he's more like financial stability. Like he wants to settle down, like buy a house for his mom. You know what I'm saying? Like he wants to
right.
Yeah,
So,
that was one of his major things that he was like, what was it, 2 years ago? He was talking about like the number one thing I want to do is move my mom to wherever I'm at. Back then he said Cincinnati, and you know, buy her a house and do that's one of his number one motivators. So, I mean,
it could be a thing too. Okay, how much control does Mike Brown still have? Because that's just a guy you usually don't dig your heels on. It doesn't work out. Like historically, you know, he usually digs his heels right back in. I mean, Palmer, but shit, you got a first and second round pick. Like,
but he had to retire for that shit. I mean, Palmer more or less retired to get that, right?
Yeah. He got out half the damn season basically till the trade deadline.
100%, man. And I think my thing with Jesse, like again, Jesse's a phenomenal player. I honestly want him to be extended. Like I want him to be a Bengal. I want them to work out the deal. I want them to find a guaranteed something in the middle that makes sense for him, so him and Dax can play side by side. Versus, I mean, look, I love Von Bell too, but we know, look, it's either Jesse Bates or Von Bell. That's the reality right now. That's just the reality. It's one of the other. So I hope they get a long-term deal done with him, and I hope he stays a Bengal forever. But I'm just saying, reading the tea leaves, it just doesn't look like it's going to work out, man. I've watched this song and dance before. We looked at it with AJ Green. We thought he was going to get moved. Right, he came back and played on the tag. He didn't play well. He just didn't, you know. So I don't know.
That's a big concern. Like that's why I almost wish part of me is like, go ahead and trade him because what if he comes back and half-asses it? Like, I mean, I love AJ. Like I still got multiple things in my garage at AJ, but that man was so worried of getting hurt when he played on that franchise tag that he was not the same player that year, in my opinion.
It's a terrible thing. Nobody likes it except the people that own it, that are counting the money and counting it out. Yeah. That's the only thing about it. And as soon as you put that on there, it takes almost the world to – the only one that I've seen in recent memory that has worked out well, it didn't work out well, was Dak Prescott. Because he got injured. The worst thing that can happen on the franchise tag, and he's actually able to come back and still be able to play for that.
Right.
But even for Dak, though, I mean, dude still got paid. I mean.
Oh, yeah. And like, luckily. Because, like, I was going to say. I know even Skip Bayless was starting to get concerned about it. When that happened, Skip didn't know. He was like, I don't know what the hell we're going to do now. Is he going to get paid?
Yeah. Dak got paid because he had Jerry Jones as an owner. Let's
Jerry liked him, but they couldn't agree. But now Jerry is very different from the other 31 owners and coaches and whatever else Jerry is called on that.
Yeah.
Historically, a lot damn different than Mike Brown.
Yeah, 100%.
No special guest, no Jiminy tonight, guys. Sorry about that.
No Jiminy Cricket. I do think Mike Brown and Emily and Elizabeth, the Blackburns, are kind of changing the organization for the better. You see what they're being aggressive. And man, I'm so happy for the organization and the leadership they have, with Mike Brown and then his daughter. I mean, women in sports, man, is what we need. And she's making a very positive impact. I love it.
Shout out to all the women in sports
Travis,
right now.
that was really bad timing because he just said, we need more women in sports, and you went like this. So I'm going to clip that out. No context. No context, just that.
And I was like, Ice, you Ice. God damn it.
Hey, no. But right here, shout out all the women in sports right here.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that was extremely terrible timing. I love women in sports.
I clip that.
No, dude, actually, speaking of that, funny joke, because I know we all don't want to take too much time tonight. I was watching the game with my buddy who's a Bills fan, and my buddy, the woman came on to speak, and my buddy just went, and I was like, what? And he goes, come on, man. Really? And I'm like, what?
Yeah.
I'm like, are we really about to have this right now? He's like, wouldn't you just want a guy? And I'm like, say it one more time for me. One more time. And he goes, man, fuck you. And I'm like, who cares? They know more than you.
Yeah.
And that's what the Tigers talk. We got honorary bro Wick. She comes on. I saw you guys were on with a Strawberry show with her.
She jumped on, yeah.
Yeah, I miss her. She's a great girl. Perfect. And
she knows her shit.
Their show is sick. I love it. My sisters like them as well. That's why I love it when they can run circles around guys and they just make them look like idiots when they think they know what they're talking about.
Yeah.
And then they tell them like, "Oh, go back in the kitchen and make me a sandwich." It's like, or I can continue to watch the game and you can get me a fucking beer.
Right.
And you're like, okay, shit, sorry, didn't know that.
Yeah.
Well, no, man. I don't know how much more time you got, but I know Dale's got a massive little headache.
Starting to come out of it. That rum and Coke, I drink that. So
Hair of the dog.
yeah,
Hey,
I got beer.
Real quick before we get off here, everybody here is familiar with Locked On Bengals, but there's probably not a whole lot of people that on here that listen to Locked On NFL. And I was listening to them the Friday episode with Chris Crocker. I think it's Chris Crocker. Chris Carter, the Locked On Steelers host.
He's doing it again, Travis.
Your boy Q, the Locked On Raiders host. And
get him out, Eric! Get him out.
Anyway, they did their top 5. Who's your top 5 favorite wide receiver duos in the NFL? And I was wanting to do like kind of a round the clock here to see what y'all's favorites were and see where you would have the Bengals in that vicinity with Bates, or not Bates, but with Higgins and Chase.
I'm like, he's finishing off good. He's finishing off good. He goes with Bates and everybody. Dale goes, what the fuck?
No, I literally had something wrote down about Bates, and I looked over at it and I saw it, and I'm like, I just read what I looked at.
Oh, dude, I love the little jokes that this show has inside at all times. And as soon as Derek goes to talk, me and Dale look at each other, and I'm like, we're going to give it a shot. Here we go.
He's done so good today. He has done so good.
Hey, you know why? Right here. That's why right there.
He had notes.
I actually wrote the shit down.
Oh, that's funny as hell.
But yeah, top 5 wide receiver duos in the NFL.
You trying to do 5 duos? Is that what you're trying to do?
I still don't understand something about
because
Jesse
Chris
Bates.
Carter.
Jesse Bates is
Carter
had
the
Jesse
Bengals
Bates
wide
was a wide
receiver
receiver. Do you think he'd be good in what duo?
With Michael Jackson.
Oh, that sounds like a
Killer
good
ass
duo.
duo. I like that. I'm a fan of that.
Oh shit!
Sounds like a good duo right there. 100%.
You got to know what I'm talking about, though. They the top 5, the top 5 in the NFL. There's 32 teams in the NFL, Dale. 32 teams. Each team has a pair of wide receivers.
I love it, dude. I love it.
So who's the top duo receivers in the NFL?
I think we can all agree.
Is that the question?
Yes.
You see how short that was? Who is the top duos? Wide receivers in the NFL, Eric, in your opinion.
Man.
Okay, all right.
We
got 5, right?
That's geez.
Want me to do 5?
3 to 5, whatever.
All right. All right, because I don't know if I'll get all 5. We'll see, though. So, first of all, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins, I know we said duo, but I'm also counting T. Boyd. They're the number one. T. Higgins and Jamar Chase are the number 1 duo in the NFL. And then the second duo, in my opinion, I'm saying, well, we saying receivers or just weapons?
Let's just do skill position because you can throw tight end there as well.
Such a long and hard question for this whole group to name 5 powerhouses.
The Raiders.
We're going to be on for another 45 minutes if we all go through this whole thing.
So I got Bengals 1, Raiders 2nd, Devontae Adams and
okay. I like that. Let's go teams. Let's just do teams.
Then I got well, I actually have the Vikings. Then I got the Dolphins, and for 5,
you really got the Dolphins?
Yeah, I got the
Waddle and Hill
and Jalen Waddle. I love that combo, and Mike Gesicki too. I love it. And then 5, man. I would say the Vikings because I love Adam Thielen. I love Justin Jefferson. I think those are 2 of the top, some top receivers in the league. Adam Thielen didn't have such a great year last year, but he's still a beast. So that's the 5 for me. I'm probably off. I'm probably missed some great players out there, but off the top of my head, that's what I'm saying.
Derek, answer your question. Go ahead.
Well, the main reason I was wanting to ask this was because Chris Carter, the Steelers host, had the Bengals as his number 3 as the top wide receiver duo. And then your boy Q, the Raiders guy, didn't even have him in his top 5. He's like, I forgot about him. Man, how the fuck do you forget about T. Higgins and Jamar Chase?
Who did he have number 1? Who's they have number 1?
Fiery, Travis.
Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill is his number 1 wide receiver duo. I understand that they look great, but you got to think of who's throwing them the ball too.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
it got me fired up. So I'm like, okay, we're talking about this on the podcast.
Yeah, shit. This week we might. You know what? Hold up. Wait a minute. I got a good idea to end this show off real quick. This ain't gonna be me this week. It's gonna be Derek. Derek, offensive line. It's nowhere. Now we'll catch you guys.
To the gods, and when you fall below the skeletons,
we can't have anyone freak out there. Okay? We've got to keep our composure. We've gone too far. There's too much to lose. We've got to.
They hit me with the power of the Ultimate Warrior. They told me, exit stage left, exit stage right.
I think not. Do you know who our quarterback is? Do you know who our wide receivers are? All right,
there.
Here we go.
Fire him up. Tell him
there.
Why the
Travis said
Bengals?
it at the end of the video. Do you know who our receivers are? We've got Tyler Boyd as our number 3. We've got T. Higgins, a top 32 receiver in the NFL. He is our number 2. We've got Jamar Chase, the best wide receiver in the NFL, over 1,700 yards last season.
Woo!
Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, the best wide receivers in the NFL. Number 1. Ain't no doubt about it. Let's go.
All right. Well, you know what? All right,
that was it. That was hype right there. I like that.
That was all right. First one, put him on the spot. That wasn't bad. It wasn't bad. I wanted to see what he had for us. But we're gonna start working around with that. It's a fire him up segment. We're gonna be doing that every week. We're gonna be firing each other up, getting each other ready for the game on Sunday or Thursday or Monday or whatever the game may be.
And Travis's wrestler name is Fireball, so that's where the Fireball bottle comes
After
in.
everyone, I'm gonna shoot a shooter, a fireball, and then we're gonna end it off right there. But we tried to do it. We did it with Sean Moore, and he did it in the middle, and it was versus the Browns.
There was nowhere to go after.
I almost ripped my shirt off, and I was like, "How are we supposed to continue the episode now?" So ending it off with that seems really nice. So with that, Just Eric, I would like you, Just Eric, only Just Eric, to inform us where they can find you on Twitter and where they can find you on all social media platforms and your podcast.
Absolutely. Last plug of the day before I hop off here and go tend to the baby and the wife. You can find me on Twitter at JustEric_. I think it's 2 underscores actually. I'm on YouTube. It's actually linked to my page, so you can go to my Twitter, follow my YouTube. There's no videos up for my personal YouTube yet, so just subscribe. I'm telling you, I got some fire that is coming down the pipeline.
Stay tuned,
so
y'all.
please stay tuned to that. I really do have some fire. follow the Cincinnati podcast. Check out Ace, Zim. I do a show every Monday. It releases every Monday morning. So I do a show on the Cincinnati podcast. And, follow me on Twitter, right? I hate to bring this up again, but if you are interested in Dynasty football, all 22 is fire. I'm not pulling your chain. They're working through a few things as far as getting an app, but it is a legit platform that is solid, and it's a whole new experience for fantasy football. So follow me on Twitter. If you're actually interested, DM me. I can maybe give you a free subscription. I'm not going to be out here throwing free subscriptions to everybody, but I can hook a few folks up. So DM me. Let me know if you're interested. But also as well, too, I appreciate all the love and support from you all. Appreciate you all having me on. And I love the Bengals faithful. Always and forever, man. Who dey?
Hey, man, appreciate you. We got this up right here for you guys to check this out. This is the All 22 list right here and such. They got the nice websites. You'll be able to see what you guys are going to be looking for. This is what just Eric has been preaching. He is a big fan of this, and I do believe that all of us are going to dabble just so slightly with this to find out what it is.
Hey, it's real quick. It's expensive.
Message me on Twitter. I don't want one of those free ones.
Yeah, me too.
I got you. I'm going to DM you. I'll DM you. You guys can set your own thing up. I'll DM both of you. And I'll DM you both. And what was I going to say? Oh, I was going to say it's expensive. It is expensive. It's a premium fantasy football platform. You literally have access to all the PFF data. And if you know anything about PFF, right, it's good stats in there and good info. And great for kind of sharpening your tools when you're talking football. So
there will probably be no Tommy Palm bitch slaps in fantasy leagues and that stuff.
No,
it could be. You never know what could happen in fantasy football.
Did you call him Tommy Palm? I think it's Tommy
Pham.
But you called him Palm. Like, that would have been cooler.
Yeah, that was good. I thought he went that way, and now that he didn't, it's very disappointing.
Yeah.
But, hey, Eric, thank you so much for taking the time tonight to join us. We appreciate you. Your episodes that you got going on there, is there any chance you can see maybe some brews getting thrown up there with the Bengals and Brews on there maybe in the future? Are they looking forward to it?
Absolutely.
He said we can go for him.
For Cincinnati, man, I got to talk to the marketing guy because they have a legit setup over it. I'm telling you, it's legit. But absolutely, DM me. I told you, I got the show coming out. I got my own thing coming out too. Yeah, man, I'm just looking to help out, do whatever I can. I appreciate you gents having me on the show. Dale, Travis, Orange Arrow, thank you guys so much. And I can't
Eric, it's been a great time, man. Guys, follow us on all social platforms.
Hold on, we still got to do our giveaway. Let's let Eric get off here, and then we'll do the giveaway, Trav.
Right.
Hey, see you, Eric, man.
Eric, talk to you.
Thanks, Eric. Have a good one, man.
Who dey? No, I didn't want to forget that. Derek had the hat.
Yeah, I almost forgot about it too, but yeah, we gotta give this bad boy away. So
run it off. Who won? I was in there. I better win.
We gotta look at the.
No, you guys don't count. So I seen at least Cincy James, Greg Luther, Kevin Valentine, and then our boy Huda88, Jerome. So if they're still in the comments, just drop a number between 1 and 20. We'll see who's closest. Drop it in the chat.
Man.
Was there anybody else?
We had 6 retweets on here.
6?
Yeah.
But was 2 of those
Travis
you guys?
was one of them. Cincy James, Greg Luther, Kevin Valentine, and Huda88. Yeah, they were all.
I just said that.
I'm sorry.
Jeff, you weren't one of them, Jeff.
I'm looking at this right here. Bengals captain with a steak Burrow with a freaking lobster on top of it. I think it's a lobster. Maybe that's a crawdad. That's a crawdad. That sucker looks.
All right, so we got James down with 17. We got
88's got 12. We got 2 more people if you guys are in right now.
Greg and Kevin will give you a couple seconds here. If you're not
Who
in
else
anymore.
is there? What we got? We got Greg still needed to get on there. We got Greg and Kevin. One of them are going to get in here in the next minute or two. Then we'll be able to get you the giveaway. If you guys stuck through the end.
Mm-hmm.
That's funny. I love that.
James, your
Greg's got
koozies
10,
are
Greg's
already
got
on the
10.
way, brother.
We got about
Just,
another 30 seconds. Give him about another 30-second countdown to see if our other fine gentlemen will be in here.
I don't know what his screen name is, but I know it ain't Strawberry Ice.
Yeah, not Strawberry Ice. Jeff, God bless you. Jeff, when Jeff goes, put more comments up, I was like, we're busy. Shit. God. Well, Jeff, you didn't retweet it. You literally didn't retweet it, Jeff.
This motherfucker.
All you have to do is retweet it, Jeff. God bless America. All right, 30 seconds heads going by, guys. So the winner of the hat is Greg. Greg, thank you so
Luther.
much for retweeting it, man.
I'm pretty sure I got your information already, so this bad boy will go into the mail.
The
Not
number was
tomorrow,
3,
because
by
the
the
mail's
way.
on.
The number was 3, so everybody knows. We did it before the show.
Yep. So Greg Luther, you get the, and we've got a couple more of these. We'll be doing more giveaways, but Greg Luther, you get one of 3 of the Bengals and Brews with the subtle flex in the right corner.
Most certainly, guys. But all right, I think it's about time to wrap it up. Get out of these people's hair. We got a whole lot of episodes coming up. Seriously, this next week. It's this next week. Am I wrong?
Willie Lutz on Thursday, and then we will not have a Saturday episode next week. So I'm just letting everybody know right now. But we will have a Friday episode, and it's going to be a fucking blockbuster, barn burner, badass
I will give you
episode.
guys a hint. Bum, 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 bum. Anyway.
We do not have Darth Vader. We have Bengalorian, and we have the Goodberry Brothers. We will have 3 guests and us 3 fine gentlemen.
It's going to be jam-packed.
So should be a fun one.
Thursday is going to be a great episode, too. You're going to hear me get on Willie because I need to know why he cut his hair. Stay tuned for that, guys. But subscribe on YouTube for it. Subscribe on YouTube. Follow us on the social media platforms. If you want one of the koozies that Derek is holding right now.
Very few of these left.
I was going to
The
say,
only
because I
one
got a
we
bunch
got
They're
of
going
was
fast.
flex
They're
on
going
it.
fast, boys. You got to keep your beers cold. Look, I don't have mine down here, but I got a Bengals one on here. You know,
Derek told me I haven't done enough for the show to earn one yet, so I'm trying.
That's hilarious. That is so funny. But guys, subscribe to us on YouTube as well as follow us on all social media platforms. We're going crazy. We got a whole bunch of guests and shows coming up, 2 a week at least, as well as tweets galore. Dale, Derek, it's been a great night, fellas. And I think we're going to send them off here with a solid Who Day, and we'll catch you Thursday.
Who Dey!
Who Day?